Hi, this is Mark News from Plant Talk Radio. Thanks for subscribing and listening to our podcast, Your Gardening Questions from Plant Talk Radio. To help keep this podcast free, we're partnering with Stoke Seeds. More than just a listing of vegetable and flower seeds, the Stoke Seeds website is a complete resource center with valuable information on seed starting, planting, and harvesting, plus all the gardening accessories you need to make your garden the envy of the neighborhood. Pre-order your free 2018 gardening guide today from stokeseeds.com, cultivating successful growers for generations. We'll have more to come from Stoke Seeds in the next few weeks. Now, on to today's question. Zoe wrote in this week and says, do you cut your knockout roses back in the fall or wait until spring? Mine are now frozen and they're looking terrible. I'd like to go ahead and cut them back. If I do, how hard can I cut them back now? I usually go down to about a foot.
Well, I would think, Zoe, that you could take them down to that foot now, because as we have had temperatures hovering in toward the teens, highs of 32 in a given day, certainly the plant will be dormant, or plants. That being the consideration, the only thing I'd be careful of is try to prune them on an afternoon where it's 32 and above, so that you don't cut frozen cylinders and mash the tissue. It's not that big a deal in a way, but a good clean cut is still always advised. And as far as how far down, now that they're dormant, if you usually cut them to a foot, I don't see any reason why you can't cut them to a foot now. What you might do, just because the way roses react, period, and especially to winter, you might cut them down just simply to a foot. Don't worry about trimming out in the center back to the best 3 to 5 stems and so on. Let that be what we'll call the cleanup pruning in late March, early April. Otherwise, I'd say go for it to tidy things up. It will stop the wind whipping and so on. So there's a bit of an advantage now that they're dormant. I let mine go just because I'm lazy, I guess. But at the same time, anytime from now on through, let's just say March 15, April 1, would be a good time to do that.
Thanks again for listening to the podcast. If you have a question for Fred, go ahead and email us, fred@planttalkradio.com. And for the best selection of vegetable, flower, and herb seeds available, go to www.stokeseeds.com. Pre-order your free 2018 gardening guide today from stokeseeds.com. Cultivating successful growers for generations.